Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to JuicyBullet Farm, where we are going to go through a couple more days here for this episode. Nathaniel is also here. Say hello.
Hello.
Partially cloudy with a light breeze tomorrow. Expect lots of pollen.
You're partially cloudy with a bright breeze tomorrow.
Yes, you're right. Spirits are also very happy today, so there's that. Nailed it. Best intro ever. Ladies and gentlemen, in the comments below, go ahead and feel free to tell us how amazing that intro was. A call to action. Look at me doing stuff as a content creator. Oh my goodness. I'm winning the game of life right now, ladies and gentlemen. What are you... Okay, there you go. I was like, are you just going to walk around with a scarecrow?
What if I am?
Well, then, so be it. Go ahead, wander around with your scarecrow. I'm just going to stand around and judge you. Alright? That's it. That's it.
That's fine. I don't care if society judge me.
I'm not saying necessarily society's going to judge you. I mean, they probably will, but I will judge you. Harshly, by the way. Oh my goodness. Oh, my nose is itchy. Oh, ladies and gentlemen. I have an allergy to pet dander. Alright? This is actually a thing that the ladies and gentlemen of the internet know if you've watched my videos before. I am allergic to pet dander. But we have a cat and a dog. And, you know, it's that time of year, they're both shedding. And their fur gets everywhere. So, this is the time of year that I struggle a little bit. With keeping my face, you know, not itchy.
Well, John, wish me luck.
Why am I wishing you luck? What is happening right
I'm
now?
going to go mining.
Is the mine available?
I think it better be.
I haven't been reading the mail, so it's possible that they've broken the rock, but I don't remember reading something about them breaking the rock.
Well, last time they didn't even send us a letter. It just happened.
Wait, seriously? They're supposed to send a letter. You're supposed to get a letter in the mail.
I know they're supposed to send a letter. Last time they didn't send us a letter.
Really?
I'm pretty sure that we need to shoot.
Are you sure you didn't just skip through your mail that day?
Nope.
Oh, community center is available.
Skip that. Read that wonky book.
I am going to... Oh, look! A wave of people I haven't met. Hello, Penny.
Oh, hold on. I need to talk to this one.
Oh, thank you for stopping her. She was moving very quickly. Hello, child. There we go.
Let's see.
I have introduced myself to the small children of the town. There we go. Nailed it. This is called winning, ladies and gentlemen. We're doing it.
Dude that lives at the beach, Marnie, and the wizard dude.
Keep calling him Sebastian, but that's incorrect.
I think his name's Elliot.
Elliot, yes, that's the one. Just for the record, don't get mad at me. I just spent all of our money. I'm trying to get those golden parsnips. I just bought 50 parsnip seeds.
This early in game, I don't care.
Yeah, I want to get those golden parsnips while we have the chance.
The way I see it is, yeah. I let you spend your money the way you want to spend it up until the point where we actually start making money, and I have to give you limits.
Yes. Eventually, I do need to have some restrictions. I need somebody monitoring my money spending. I need an accountant. All right, that's what's going on. Daniel is my accountant.
They in fact did not tell us when the boulder was gone, and I am currently in the mines now.
Okay, well, that's good to know. All right,
so
mining.
Maybe with one of the updates they
making fertilizer.
They took away the whole notification.
This is called winning. Again, ladies and gentlemen, we're doing it. It's a thing and it's happening. Prepare your faces. Don't know why your faces. 3, 4, 5. I was reading my other channel's like the descriptions in my other channels, and in one of those descriptions, one of the lines in the description was "prepare your faces," and why did I write that? What was going through my mind when I wrote that? Like, prepare your faces.
Well, obviously they're faces.
All of your lovely, beautiful faces that I love to see. They're amazing. Your faces are beautiful, ladies and gentlemen.
You can't see their faces to begin with. How do you know they're beautiful?
I trust that they're beautiful. Okay? I know. I just know. All right?
I mean, how can you trust in that when you don't have enough trust in yourself?
It's like a Pokemon trainer who's able to tell distinguish between his Pokemon and another Pokemon of the same species.
Okay. I'm following you so far.
Yeah, that's how. I just know.
Man, now since we're talking about Pokemon, let's get to the heart of the matter of like the one thing that drives me crazy about Pokemon.
Okay, hit me.
Like I can never get over with.
All right, lay it on me.
All right, so Ash Ketchum, right?
Yes.
Supposedly the best Pokemon trainer in the universe. False.
That's debatable.
False. You want to know who the best Pokemon trainer there is out there?
Red.
Okay, no.
Who do you think?
Like in the Pokemon show.
Oh, in the anime.
In the anime, the best Pokemon trainer out there. No matter what version, whether it be Kanto or freaking all the way up until Pearl and
Gary Oak.
No. James.
James actually is a great Pokemon trainer.
James has so much love for his Pokemons that he willing to almost die or get brutally injured by all of his Pokemon that love him so dearly.
Yes. I'll actually agree with you on this. He is a fantastic Pokemon trainer. And it's actually a thought that I had. So I've been rewatching the Pokemon series. Okay? I've been rewatching the anime. I didn't watch the first, the Indigo series for the rewatch because I've already rewatched it a bajillion times. Like, I already know what happens. I just want to get to the parts that I haven't seen yet. So I started up at Johto, like the first episodes of the Johto League. And it actually occurred to me because I was thinking about eventually he catches or his victory bell, for instance, always came up and it was hilarious because it looked like it was eating him, but really it was just loving on him. Like, it was hugging him. It was so excited to see him every time it came out of its Pokeball. Like, it would just love on him. And then eventually, I have just now gotten to the the Hoenn region. And he catches his Cacnea that ends up doing the same thing. It loves him so much. And
Cacnea loves him so much.
Oh yeah, so much. And he does genuinely love his Pokemon as well. And that's evidenced by in the original series, his Growlithe. That stayed on his family manor. It loved him, and he cried when he had to leave it at the manor again. It genuinely made him sad because he wanted to be with his friend. He wanted to take his friend with him, but he didn't want to subject that Growlithe to his new lifestyle. He didn't want to corrupt it. Which just shows that James actually isn't a terrible person. Throughout the series, I get the idea that James isn't actually a bad person. He just kind of, he ran away from home and didn't really know what to do with himself and landed with the wrong crowd.
Well, I mean, and that also peers into a whole nother subject. Sure, he ran into the wrong crowd, but his parents were the ones who pushed him away because he ended up living a rich boy lifestyle that he didn't want to live, and was
Mm-hmm.
forced to marry someone they didn't want to marry.
Exactly. Yeah. So if his parents had been better parents, James would have turned out much, much different than he did. Because if he'd
Totally
never
agree.
run away from home, he never would have joined Team Rocket. Like I have full certainty. I'm 100% certain he never would have even thought about joining Team Rocket if his parents had have actually, not driven
Way
him
better
away from home.
parents.
Yeah, they were just terrible parents. Like that whole episode where like they go back to, or I think it was actually a couple of episodes that they spent around James's family manor. The entire time I just felt bad for James. Like I as a person who grew up in a very hostile environment, I really resonated with that. Like I felt for him. Granted, I didn't grow up rich. In fact, I grew up entirely the opposite of the way that James grew up in that regard. But I, I had never, up to that point, found myself actually feeling like, okay, maybe he's not a terrible person. But as the series goes on, I see more and more of A, he's not a bad person, and B, he actually is a very good trainer. He just happens to
what's
end
so
up
great
with
about
Pokemon that just aren't strong against Ash and his friends.
Well,
And he
what's so
happens
great
to
about
be
that, 'cause
stuck with Jessie, who's not a great trainer.
well,
I mean, she's not a
here's the funny
terrible
crazy
trainer
though.
either, honestly, but
So, and here's the funny thing about that, though, right?
her Wobbuffet
So,
adores her.
oh god, yeah. Well, and it's like with her and Wobbuffet though, it's pretty one-sided.
It really is. Wobbuffet loves her, but she fucking hates Wobbuffet.
Well, and I know you haven't watched that much Pokemon past where you're already at now,
Yes.
but I can say that James actually ends up rubbing off on Jesse.
Good. I did watch some, when I was living with my dad, my sister Alyssa was watching, the Pokemon X and Y. And so I saw some of that, but not a ton. Sorry, I had a shiver run on my spine. It's going to be clear and sunny all day tomorrow, by the way. Spirits are neutral, and Queen of Sauce is on. I learned how to make stir fry. But yeah, like James, every Pokemon that James has had, he actually genuinely cared about those Pokemon. Like, the only Pokemon that I can really think of that Jessie actually cared about was Arbok. That I've seen so far. That she genuinely cared about. Well, no, that's not true. She loved her Wurmple.
Yeah.
And then it evolved into a Dustox, which I thought she was actually going to be furious when it evolved into a Dustox, but then she fucking fell in love with it.
She uses that Dustox to no end in that version of Pokemon.
Yeah. I like though that Team Rocket, like, I'm gonna go off on a little bit of a different direction here. I do like that in the anime, Team Rocket, like, the Pokemon that they catch are, like, not super popular Pokemon. Like, they're not super popular, but they still get screen time.
Like Weezing in the beginning series.
Yeah, like Arbok and Weezing. Like, they weren't super popular Pokemon for people to catch, like, in the games. They weren't, like, Pokemon that just casual Pokemon fans really knew about.
They weren't desired.
Yeah. Like, there are certain Pokemon that even just casual fans of Pokemon can list off. Or people who have never really played the games, but have, like, maybe heard people talk about Pokemon, or maybe watched a little bit of the anime. that they know about, and it's mostly, Pikachu. That's the first one everybody always knows about is Pikachu. It's the face of the franchise. And then obviously like starters are ones that they know a lot, that people hear about a lot because, well, they're the starters. But that's basically it. And then there's obviously like your mainstay Pokemon, like the ones that are on the cover of pretty much every film or whatever. Like your Pokemon that keep appearing all over the place, like your Pidgeot, that keeps appearing all over the place. Which, you know what? I'm gonna straight up say it. Staraptor is the best, like, Pidgey-clone. That's my opinion.
I think we've had this.
Yeah.
See, we've had this conversation, and I
Yep.
think I disagree with you because Talonflame.
I wasn't thinking about
Firefly.
Talonflame. Talonflame is pretty great. I'll give you that. I'm
Because,
forgetting
like,
what
with
Talonflame looks like, though. 'Cause...
Talonflame literally looks like
I haven't...
fat, like a fat pigeon.
Come here. There we go. Okay. Like a fat pigeon.
Talonflame looks like a fat pigeon that spits fire.
Fat pigeon that spits fire. Fitspire. Yeah, there you go. Those are words. Yeah, I remember loving Talonflame. But Staraptor, for whatever reason, I love Staraptor. It's great.
It almost rivals Pidgeot as far as, like, body mass.
Yeah, it is a great... It's a great Pokemon. Like, a lot of people who play the games a lot, they tend to, at least as far as I've seen, a lot of them tend to kind of disregard the early flying Pokemon. Your Pidgey-clone. They tend to disregard it. Like, they catch it at first, but then they replace it later.
Oh yeah, no, I always use the flying one. It's always my last. It's always one of my top whenever I go to do the elite.
Yeah, I always keep the starting flyer. For whatever reason, they're just always really good. And even in Gen 1, people were like, oh, well, Furo is so much better than Pidgeot. And in some ways, I agree. But if we're talking overall, like, usefulness, and, like, overall ability in the end, like, I genuinely believe that Pidgeot is better than Furo.
See, it's funny, though, because I know a lot of people that play Pokemon. Out of everyone that I know that plays Pokemon, only about 3 out of 20 or so people actually use Pharaoh compared to Pidgeot as their flying. Yeah. I mean, that's honestly, I know more than 20 people that play Pokemon, but that's just like a, give you an idea. So 3 out of 20, use Pharaoh.
Interesting. Because, like,
have I not met yet?
My specific friend group always used Pidgeot, but it seemed like growing up, like, because it seems weird to me, honestly, having to say, like, growing up with the original Pokemon games, Pokemon Red and Blue, the original releases here in America, not the original releases in Japan. That was Blue and Green, or was it Red and Green? No, I think it was Blue and Green.
Blue and Green.
Yeah, I believe it was Blue and Green. What was I saying? Oh yeah, like, my friends, for the most part, liked Pidgeot, but, like, it seemed like pretty much every other kid in school was choosing Furo. They were like, no, Fiero's just better. But I feel like they were just assuming he was better because you start finding him a little later into the game. So they just assume, he's a later game Pokemon. He must be better. He's not.
Where is not to try to cut you off. Where would that one girl be? That's the daughter of Demetrius and
Marnie, yeah. Marnie. No, not Marnie. Maru.
Yeah.
She'll either be in her room, or she sits on the bench a lot, like near town square. She also sits a lot on the bench up next to the community center.
She's the only one person I haven't talked to yet.
Okay. But yeah. And also, here's one that one struggle everybody knows about. The starter.
I'm sorry, what were you saying, John?
I said, and everybody knows about the next struggle I'm going to talk about in Pokemon. The starter. I'm a Bulbasaur man. I love me some Bulbasaur. Alright? I picked Bulbasaur the very first time I ever played Pokemon Blue version. It's the first time I'd ever played Pokemon. I took Bulbasaur immediately. A, he's adorable. B, I don't need a second reason. I was like 7. I didn't need another reason. He was cute. So I took him. But all my friends, most of my friends, not all of them, most of my friends took Charmander. And they were like, why are you picking...
I was a Squirtle man.
Yeah. But they were like, why are you picking... Why'd you pick Bulbasaur? He's clearly weaker. I'm like, no. You take that back. Like, Bulbasaur's the best. And I loved my Bulbasaur. I evolved him into a Venusaur, and he and I went and we beat most of the gyms together because Bulbasaur is literally easy mode. They also gave me a lot of crap over my Butterfree, but I'll get to that after you talk about your Squirtle.
Yeah, no, my Squirtle, like, freaking... See, I was the guy that I would always go up against, like, match types.
Mm-hmm.
So, I was a stubborn dude, too. I got my Squirtle high enough level to where he could actually beat the electric gym.
Mm-hmm. Man,
granted...
You probably had to work super hard to beat Lieutenant Surge with a fucking Squirtle.
Yeah, but granted, on top of that, though, it was almost too high of a level for it to listen to me. So...
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was like one level away.
I wasn't that stubborn.
Well, I was, okay. No, wait, hold up. No, that's a lie. You're trying to tell me you weren't that stubborn, and yet you had a level 100 Butterfree.
That's what I was just gonna get to. People gave me crap about my Butterfree, okay? They were like, no, Butterfree, he's the early game bug Pokemon. He sucks. He's never gonna do any good for you. Okay, first of all, Bug is super effective against Psychic, which is arguably, Sabrina's gym is the most challenging gym in Gen 1. Would you agree?
Yeah, I agree.
Psychic is so strong in Gen 1.
Honestly, any of the Psychic gyms.
Yeah, Psychic is so strong, especially in Gen 1, because it didn't really have many weaknesses. Like, its one weakness was Bug, which had, like, no good moves at the time. So it was so strong. So I decided, me being the jerk face that everybody called me in school, I beat Sabrina's gym with nothing but my Butterfree. And B, I raised that thing up to level 100, and I beat the Elite Four using only Butterfree. Simply because the kids at school told me I couldn't do it. They're like, it can't be done. You can't do it. It's not a thing. Butterfree sucks. He sucks, man. He sucks. And I was like, hold my beer. Well, I didn't drink beer at the time. I was like 7. So it was more like hold my juice box. But still.
Hold my orange juice.
Yeah, exactly. So I did. I leveled up my Butterfree to level 100, and I beat the Elite Four using only Butterfree. Granted, I did heal him a lot. But I did beat the entire Elite Four with only a level 100 Butterfree. I mean, he's the only one that I used. I obviously had other Pokemon in my party, but I only used Butterfree the first time around. One Butterfree. One level 100 Butterfree. Do you have any idea how strenuous that was?
Probably very.
I had to try. I'm not going to lie and say that I did it in one try. Alright? I saved in between each battle.
Well, I mean, like, back then, back in the day, like, you couldn't re-challenge trainers that you've already beat.
No.
In these newer Pokemon games, you can do exactly that.
Yes. Beautiful Sunny Day tomorrow. Spirits are neutral, I think. I already forgot. Yeah. But yeah. Yeah, they were like, no, you can't do that. Butterfree sucks. It's never going to amount to anything. And I was like, you watch yourself. My Butterfree is amazing. Okay? Because, like, the first thing I did after people made fun of my Bulbasaur, because they were like, Charmander's clearly better. So the first thing I did was like, oh yeah? you know it's gonna get good when a kid is like, oh yeah? Yeah, we were that serious. I was at the oh yeah stage. So shit got real. I challenged the kid that said it first to a battle. So he pulls out his link cable. Alright?
Insert Pokemon sound.
Nowadays, people can just connect over the internet. But back in the day, you had to have a cable, plug it into your Game Boy, plug the other end into the other Game Boy, go to the Pokemon Center, go to the thing so that you could challenge your friend. It was so archaic. But it worked, so that's what counts. It was literally just a USB cable that had a USB on either end. It's so funny now looking back, telling this story with, like, he pulls out his link cable, and it's so...
Oh no!
I'm just like, explaining, because it's so hard to not laugh after saying, in an extremely serious voice, so he pulls out his link cable. Like, it's so hard. That's what she said. So he pulls out his link cable, and we battle. And I beat his Charmander with my Bulbasaur. And he got super upset. he cried. It's like, no, that shouldn't happen. You might be so... I have a type advantage. I was like, yeah, that doesn't mean anything. Because, I was a kid. I didn't swear yet. I didn't know how to say, that ain't shit. Like, I didn't know these words yet, okay? So I had to scale it down, because I was like 7.
Oh, man, talking about type advantages and freaking Pokemon... Man, when you get to it, you're gonna love, like, some of the new Pokemon episodes. Like, they do that stuff so well. Oh, no, but what I was wanting to say about psychic Pokemon. So, is it just me, Or do you remember back in the first Pokemon's, right? When
Mm-hmm.
Ash finally had to go fight the Pokemon gym, right?
Yes.
He couldn't get past. He couldn't get past the I think it was the Alakazam or the Kadabra. I can't remember at the time. But
Kadabra. It was a
right, but so point
yeah.
being though, he
At
had
first,
to
it was an
he had
Abra.
to
The first time it was an Abra,
well yeah, but he there was
but then
basically
evolved
a
into
psychic
Kadabra.
Pokemon
Yeah.
preventing him from actually doing the no, it was Kadabra. So
Yeah.
he hit the father of the gym leader told him to go find himself a ghost Pokemon,
Yes.
which he did.
Mm-hmm.
Why in the world would he get him to look for a ghost Pokemon when ghost Pokemon are weak against psychic?
Because isn't Ghost also super effective against
I don't
Psychic?
remember.
I'm pretty sure
I don't
Ghost
remember.
is super effective against Psychic, but Psychic is also super effective against Ghost. I feel like they're weak to each other.
I feel like they changed it since then.
I don't remember. I'm pretty sure they're one of those that are weak to each other. Or at least used to be.
Yeah, because they've changed so much stuff with Pokemon.
Oh no, I'm aware. I know they've changed a lot, and they've added in more typings, and it's weird. I don't know.
Fairy type.
Yeah, fairy type. Don't even get me fucking started on that bullshit. So
Well, see, I don't mind the fairy type so much
I
because
don't
it
know
gave
why
it
I
gave
grabbed these. I can't use them yet.
it gave Chansey something new.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it allowed for like a reimagining of some Pokemon from Gen 1 that didn't really get a lot of love. Some normal types that are now fairy types, like Clefairy and Jigglypuff. Pokemon that, by the way, I hate. Okay, let me just rant here for a minute. Okay, why the fuck is it when I put a Pokemon to sleep, it wakes up in 2 turns, but when I get put to sleep, I die long before I ever get woken up. Like I can stay asleep for fucking 15 turns in a goddamn row, but a wild Pokemon is gonna wake up in like 2 turns. Like what is that? Come on, RNG. What are you doing? What are you doing? What is that bullshit? Also, Double Slap. Fuck you. Alright? I feel like Double Slap should wake somebody up from sleep. I feel like that's a thing that should happen.
It did, or at least in the show. Well,
Yeah, in the show. But in the game, it didn't. It doesn't. It might now, but I'm not sure. I mean, I get it. It was Gen 1. They were still figuring it out. They had never made a game like that before. I understand. Sort of. I kind of get it. Like, okay, whatever. Fine. I can deal with it with Gen 1. But after that, where they added in, like, abilities and stuff like that, once you have the knowledge of how to add an ability to a Pokemon and make it work all the time, you should be able to add in Double Slap wakes Pokemon from sleep. Like, that shouldn't be too difficult to code. I wouldn't think. I just feel like Double Slap should wake you up. You're being slapped in the face. Who doesn't wake up when they get slapped in the
Snorlax
face?
is a heavy sleeper, though.
Okay, well that would make a little bit of sense for him to stay asleep, but I just, it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. It should wake you up. I mean, I get it. There's another move now, I believe, called Wake Up Slap, and that's exactly what it does. If I'm remembering correctly, I know the Wake Up Slap is a move
called Wake Up Slap.
But I feel like Double Slap should wake you up.
Maybe Wake Up Slap was the answer to that question that you had.
But Sing is just the worst, okay? It is the worst move in Pokemon, period. I don't care what anybody has to say about it. It's the worst. Even Splash is better, in my opinion. That's insane. It's the worst.
It's
It's
funny
awful.
because
I hate it so much. I
in
hate it.
Sun and Moon, Splash actually has a effect.
Does it?
Yes, if you have a Pokemon that has the knows the move Splash, and you put the Z water thing on it,
Okay.
that move will actually do damage.
Nice. There you go. Just created a meme. I love it. I feel like that should be a meme. Is it a meme? I feel like it should be a meme.
Pretty sure we can make it.
It should be a meme. Somebody, ladies and gentlemen of the interwebs, I'm sure some of you are fairly talented. Make that a meme. I want to see that meme. Do it. There you go. Call to action. Very, very late in a video. This episode is run long. See, that's what happens. We start talking about Pokemon and we just can't stop. We just can't. This episode is almost 40 minutes long.
Oh wow.
It's like double the length of that it was supposed to be. But yeah. Yeah, this is what happens when we start talking about Pokemon. Like, I lose track of time. I ramble a lot.
I mean, if you ever want me to keep track of time from now on, I can do that.
I literally have a thing on my other monitor on OBS at the bottom of the screen. It tells me how long I've been recording for.
You are really just bad at time management.
I just started rambling and I stopped looking over there. I got way into what I was talking about. So we'll end this episode now.
It is another sleepy night at Juicy Bullet Farm. Thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button. If you don't, if you don't, that's okay. If you like it, like it. If you don't, thumbs down. John doesn't care. And thank you.
I really don't care all that much. Anyway, yeah, like he said, thank you, and we will see you in the next episode. Goodbye, ladies and gentlemen.